Hi there guys, Ken here, your thrifty apprentice. Welcome back to the studio. Today we finally have another card creation video. I know guys, it has been a minute since I did one, but we're going to get a quick one in, a really quick one in today. And this is going to be so fun because you don't need a lot of supplies at all. You can whip out a batch of these cards in absolutely no time and get them off in the mail. We are going to be concentrating on a holiday themed card. And since Easter is right around the corner, I'm going to show you guys a really quick and easy technique to make a really simple card that's going to be personal and wonderful, that you can whip out a lot of them at a time and get them on out for this holiday season, and share the feeling and the spirit of love. So let me tell you what you're going to need. You're going to need some watercolor pencils. Does not matter what brand it is, or you can use watercolor paints, or you can use gel sticks, or you can use gelatos, or you can use colored pencils or water-based ink. Whatever you want to use, you can use for this. It doesn't matter. It's going to be really quick and simple. So here I have a brush. I have a A2 card in an envelope, which is just from cards that I buy. And then I have a pre-cut A2 size sheet of watercolor paper that actually came in a Tim Holtz set that I got. But you can just take a regular piece of watercolor paper and cut it down to match your A2 size for your card. So now let's talk about the focal for the card. Yeah, I know, not a whole bunch of stuff on my desk. It's amazing, right? So I was sitting and watching TV the other day trying to come up with a theme for this card and keep it streamlined and really quick and simple. So I decided I'd draw a card with some eggs on the front. So I sketched out some Easter eggs and used my colored pencils. I think it made me like Crayola to color them in, put a little grass, and I thought to myself, wow, that'll be cute on the front of a card. So I simply took my sketch, laid it up against the window, laid an A2 size watercolor, a piece of watercolor paper that's A2 size against the paper, and I traced it. Then after I traced it, I lifted it and positioned it and traced it again so that I could get 5 eggs on there instead of just the original 3. Drew in a little horizon line, and I threw some grass blades in down there, which will accent some more with pencils later on. And then I drew a little banner down here that says Happy Easter. Like, it's that simple. You can use whatever theme you want on it, whatever focal image. So we're just going to jump right on in. I'm going to pop open these watercolor pencils, and then we're going to decide on, let's see, what colors do I want to use here. We're going to go, it's Easter, so we need bright colors, right? So let's definitely do a yellow. And basically, I'm just going to shade in the eggs, and I'm not going to worry about my drawing lines because I think the sketchiness is going to just kind of add to the personalization of the card. I kind of like that in some aspects. So we're just going to get this colored in. And yeah, guys, I'm going to leave this as a real-time tutorial as well. And I'm just getting some pigment down there. You don't really have to get a lot unless you want it to be really dark. Is that the only yellow one I want? You know what? Let's do this one over here yellow as well. And I'm just going to get these colored in. So I hope that everything for you guys have been going okay. I know it's a lot going on right now, and we're all just doing the best we can to maintain. But I hope that you guys are doing a lot of drawing and a lot of practicing, that you're watching tutorials, and you're not just watching the tutorials, but you're actually painting and drawing and learning, taking the ideas that you see. And it's nothing wrong with doing a tutorial and following exactly along with what the creator is doing, because I do it myself. But you should also practice on taking those ideas and kind of expounding on them and making them your own. So I'm just going to get that kind of shaded in. Those two are yellow. Okay, I think that's good. I'll set that to the side. And you know what? Let's do orange as well. Maybe. I'm going to test this out on this paper over here real quick. Yeah, we'll use this orange instead. So I want to kind of keep them light colored. But yeah, and I just want to also go ahead and tell you guys that the entry time frame for the giveaway on the travel palette kit is closed. I'm gonna take 24 hours, which I announced on that thread under the description for the video, or in the comments section for the video, on the giveaway. I did announce earlier today that the entry window was closed. I was gonna take 24 hours to look through everything and get everything selected to take to the independent party that is going to make the final selection. And I'm definitely going to be getting back to you guys as soon as I can to let you know who the winner of that DIY travel palette is. I'm going to try my best not to talk too long and really just go ahead and get this done, because it really shouldn't take long. And of these, I really shouldn't have used this red, but I have now, so we're going to go with it. Just wanted to show you guys the technique anyway. Yes, we're going to just go ahead and get all of that shaded in. Okay. You guys know how I get sometimes. If I get quiet for just a few seconds, it's only because I'm concentrating. And guys, remember, if you have any questions or any comments, go ahead. Don't forget to leave them in the comment section. You guys know I love talking to you all and conversating, and, you know, just especially talking about the videos and the things that's going on in the videos. I would actually like for you, a lot of you guys, to go ahead and start on, do I want to put blue on here? Hey, I don't know. I really don't know about that blue. I think I kind of want to go with this purpley color. Yeah, I think I do. So, but, and you can make your eggs whatever color you want. You don't have to go along with the colors I'm doing. If you don't like my color scheme, by all means, change yours up. That's the point. I just want you guys to see how quick and easy this can actually be. And of course, I'm coloring fast, or attempting to color fast, because I'm shooting this video. But you guys take your time and you get through this as quickly or as slowly as you need to. Move at a pace that's comfortable for you. All right. And when I'm doing watercolor pencils, I like to do all my coloring first and then go in with my water. So I'm just gonna kind of get these grass blades kind of squiggled in here. And I purposely did leave some all like that. These are colored in, and this is kind of coming out here, and it's going to be going back up that way. And I'm not going to actually color in the whole ground. I am going to kind of leave it a bit cartoony. Not necessarily going for complete realism. Just want it to be cute. And now I think I'll use that same violet color to color in the sides and around the border of the banner, like so. I think that's kind of cute. Or even put a little green under there, like it's grass there. Why not? We're gonna go over. All right, so I didn't do this at first. You guys can do it before you start. I'm going to actually trace my banner really quick with this pen. And I'm just using a micron here because I know it'll resist the water once I put it on. And I think I know what I was going to say to you guys. And I use watercolor paper for this project simply because the sizing in the paper is going to really grab the pigment from the pencil. And then, of course, if you're using watercolor paints or any type of water-based medium, it's just going to work well for it. And let's get the Happy Easter written in. And like I said, I'm not going to erase my pencil lines at all on this. I think it adds personality. Now, of course, you erase yours if you want to, because some people don't like pencil lines, and I understand that. All right. I don't know if I'm going to ink that in yet. We'll see in a minute, but that's pretty much it. Straightforward. That's how the card looks. All we're going to do now is just grab some water and my brush, and we're going to go in here and we're going to get all this pigment dissolved. Let's start with the yellows, since that's what we painted first. I'm just going to get those painted in. I'm going to try to avoid the red and the green. I mean, at some point, the colors are going to start to mud together, and I understand that. I'm not really concerned. And these pencils I'm using, these are Faber-Castell Gold Faber Aqua Watercolor. What am I saying? Faber-Castell Gold Faber Aqua. This is their studio line of watercolor pencils, which is a student grade pencil, which I think is meant to target scholarly students that are studying art in college. And I've been using them, and I must admit, I really do like them so far. They're really pigmented. They are really pigmented. I will eventually be doing a review on them, so yes. I did say I was going to keep this tutorial real time, so I really am stretching here to get this done as quickly as possible. Because although I want to keep it real time, I don't want to take up all your time. I want to get to this drying and get the card put together. But it's this simple, guys. You see what I'm doing here. I'm probably going to just jump ahead in the editing on this part of the video, since you get the point. And then we'll come right finished up the eggs, and I decided to bring guys on back in for doing the grass, and I just want you guys to see what I'm doing here. I'm just grabbing that paint and flicking it up in those areas, just kind of filling in those little grass blades I drew. Because I'm going to come back in with the pencils, just putting shadow in there, making it look like the grass goes back up behind the eggs. No biggie. No biggie at all. I have to say, I really like these pencils. While I took the little break to go ahead and do the rest of the eggs, I noticed a couple of things, like they lay down really smoothly, even with a round brush. And I typically like using a flat brush with pencils a lot of the time, but these did really well with this round brush. I haven't had to switch brushes at all, and this really isn't an expensive brush at all. If I'm not mistaken, it's one of those brushes that came in one of the Royal and Langnickel value packs that I got from like Walmart or something. Yeah, so it's not an expensive brush at all. Just gonna get that all right, and then I think we'll go ahead and do our little banner. Too much water on my brush there. Just enough to shade it in a little bit. And we're just going around the edges here. And this doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, this is supposed to be whimsical. It's supposed to have personality. And you're supposed to just whip these big babies out. And then I'm just gonna dissolve the green under what that's supposed to be the grass here. Yeah, and maybe I'm gonna probably take that little horizon line off of the card. Yeah, I'm gonna give that time to dry. And then I'm gonna come back in with my pencils and add some details. Because, of course, you guys know that with watercolor pencils, there's no rule that says you have to put water on them. I tell you that all the time. You can use them as just regular color pencils. So we're going to come back and we're going to add a few details in just a second, giving it just a second to dry. We're back with the dry card, and I'm just going to grab my pencils and go in and add a little shading and definition to these, just around the edges to sort of give them some roundness, not too much. And I personally won't be dissolving this pencil. You can if you would like to. but I'm just adding a little detail to the card with it. And I'm just shading around the sides and the bottom of the card, just to add a little bit more definition to it, where there might be shadows from where the eggs are laying on top of each other or touching each other. Like there would be shadow here, more yellow. Let's see. Let's do the orange one. And I am being sure to avoid the areas that I drew in for highlights. Just a little bit here and there. And you don't have to do this if you don't want to. This is just me adding a little bit more definition to my cards. I think it adds a little something to them. Alright. And let's do this yellow one here. Definitely want to get some more color there where the purple egg is on top of it. Around here. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for that. And let's add some little flicks of grass in here. I'm just adding it directly on top of that grass I drew. I'm just letting the pencil hit the paper and flicking up with it. Letting the pencil, even if it's going on top of the egg, I'm not worried about it. I'm just letting it hit the paper where I put those grass blades and just pushing up with it, pushing up with it. Same thing coming towards the foreground, pushing up with it. It's that easy. Look at that. Easy as pie. I'm actually gonna grab a darker green out of the pack here. This looks more like a moss olive green. Yeah, just to add a little darkness in there. Gotta add some shadows, make the light stand out. Remember, that's how we make the light stand out. Takes light and dark, just a few here and there. Too many. And there we have it. That is my Easter card. So let's throw it together real quick. I'm gonna grab my A2 cardstock, and this is the exact size I need it to be. Now I'm gonna leave the inside of my card blank. You can print whatever you would like on the inside of your card, stamp whatever sentiment you would like on the inside. I'm probably just gonna put a little handwritten note on mine so that this card can be reused by the person I sent it to. After they've enjoyed it, then they can give it to someone else if they want to, or if they want to keep it, they can. And I'm just gonna put a little thin layer of glue all around. You can use double-sided tape or whatever adhesive you would like. If you use a wet glue, just be sure not to put too much down because you don't want to warp your cardstock. And then I'm just gonna get this lined up here. Like so. And there. Make sure it's lined up all the way around my card. Yeah. That's gonna get dirty. And I know it. Press that down, make sure it sticks. Yeah, y'all get to see papers I be writing all my ideas and stuff on. And then we are going to flip that over. And there you have it. A very nice Easter card that you can send off. You can make a bunch of them up and it won't take you any time at all. You can sit in front of the TV watching your favorite show and whip these out in no time. So guys, if you like what you saw in this video, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Go ahead, subscribe. Make sure that you keep up with what's going on the channel. Share the video so that other people can discover us and take the journey of learning art along with us. Comment section is always open for discussion and for you guys to talk with me. use the Thrifty Apprentice Facebook page, like us there. You can post the things that you're doing, especially if you're following along with any of the tutorials or using them as inspiration. I would love for you guys to go over to the Thrifty Apprentice Facebook page and post your creations there so I get a chance to see them, and so that anybody else watching the channel could get a chance to experience what you're doing. Would love to see that. And don't forget, as I tell you at the end of every single video, just keep painting. Really quick, I forgot. We didn't throw on highlights. Yep, I put this at the end of the video because I wanted to get it finished up. You can use whatever you like to put accent your highlights, a gel pen. If you have an opaque gouache or maybe a really opaque watercolor, you can use that. I'm just going to use my white Prismacolor because it's what I always use for my highlights. And I'm just going to go in and color and shade in those areas that I left white. Now, if you want to, you can just leave the white of your watercolor paper there. That's absolutely fine. There's no problem with it at all. I just like the white Prismacolor pencil. I think it adds just a little pow to the highlights. So, highlight that in a little bit right where I feel like it would be. Getting highlights at just to add a little roundness to the egg. A little more roundness to the eggs, actually. And there we go, guys. All right. See you next time.